Good morning, Pelham Road. I haven't said that in a long time. We're going to have an offering for social media on Monday mornings that is just called Good Morning Pelham Road. I'd like to tell you that it's going to be music. It will have some music in it. I'd like to tell you that it'll be spiritual in nature. It will have some spiritual elements to it as well. But I suspect it's going to be wide-ranging, okay? The best way to say this is that years ago, when I started doing this, most everything that we faced and that I had to deal with could be addressed by holding a Bible in your hand and saying, "Thus saith the Lord." You know, there's a lot of things today that are very destructive and hurtful. And you really just can't say, "Thus saith the Lord" about them. You just can't point to a chapter and verse about them. And so I watched the sheep get distraught, lose hope, become obsessed and worried. And I'd like to say something to that. But what I'm saying is not necessarily, I can't hold up a Bible and say, "Thus saith the Lord." So I've pondered whether or not I should do or say anything. And yet I've become convinced that I want to be a part of the healing community, and that to be silent is to not heal. And so these Good Morning Pelham Roads are going to be about trying to address some of these things. And so don't always expect me to hold a Bible in my hand, but do come with the anticipation that your day will be better after spending 3 to 5 minutes here together. All right? So this will be the introduction. Good Morning Pelham Road. This morning, I'd like you to think about your phone for just a minute. You'll waste a lot of time thinking about your phone, but just a little bit. My phone makes a lot of noise, and my phone is always calling me to come to it. It is a voice saying, "I can entertain you. I can occupy your time. I have something for you. Come over here." And it's not just the social media aspect of it, it's the entire aspect of just the phone itself. So I'd like us to think about making our smartphone sort of a calm zone. And here are some habits that I think we could practice that would help us with this, because I think our phone adds a bit to our anxiety. I don't think it provides us nearly as much comfort and nearly as much entertainment as it does anxiety. So don't pick up your phone for the first hour of the day. It's been charging in another room. Just have your coffee. Enjoy watching the birds, reading a book. But for the first hour, don't touch it. Okay? Second, turn off all your notifications. Yes, just turn off all your notifications so that it's not always dinging. You can check that later. Be willing to turn off your phone for a while each day. It's probably good for the phone to reboot. It's certainly good for us to reboot. So, maybe you pick a time, right after supper maybe, and you just turn your phone off, and it's off for a while. As you're preparing for bed, I think this is good nighttime hygiene. Have a phone-free hour right before you go to bed. So you go to bed at 11, at 10 o'clock, you're not going to touch your phone again. You're not going to touch your tablet again. The tablet is not a substitute for the phone. Just you're not going to touch that technology. Maybe you're going to read a book or read a magazine or talk to your spouse or do something, anything. But for the last hour, it's phone free. And I think I mentioned it sort of as a sideline earlier, but charge your phone in some room other than your bedroom so that you can get some real rest and it's not dinging or lighting up or anything going off. It can be the adjacent bathroom or the office down the hall, but just do that. Now, those are the small things that we're going to do to try to turn our smartphone into a calm zone. Have a great week.